Tafari here, back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about 3 mindset tips for starting an online business or hacks. Let's get into it. Okay, so you're watching this video because what kind of mindset do you need before starting an online business? Where can you start? How can you structure your mind so you aren't, just jumping into, thousands of failures over and over and over again, and you just aren't stuck all the time is basically what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to let you know this, and it's basically the first tip I have to drop right in front of you is that you are going to fail. And this goes further than just online businesses. It goes with anything. You're going to fail, at some point. But look, the thing about when you fail is that you're going to grow from your failures, and you're going to learn from your mistakes, and you're going to be able to fix your mistakes. So failures can come from anywhere, whether you are putting out, doing some type of research on products, whether you're changing the way you advertise your business, or just at some point you're going to fail, and at some point you're going to fail. That fail, and if you're able to recover from your failure, is what's going to help you succeed. So remember that, this can go for regular businesses, can go for anything in life. You're going to fail, and you need to understand that you're going to fail. But the moment you fail, or the moment you mess up with something, you need to be able to jump back and get back to it. This is a tip that can really go for anything, but you really need to embrace it, because when it comes to online businesses, because when it comes to online business, a lot of people aren't familiar with this. Especially you may not even be familiar. You're probably just wanting to start. So you're going to think when you mess up or something goes wrong, you're going to think, the classic old scam, this isn't working, this is fake. When that's not the case, you just messed up, and now you just need to learn how to recover and fix your problems. It's really simple. It's a really easy concept to grasp onto. You just really need to embrace that, especially when it comes to starting an online business, or even doing any form of an online business, whether you're in one right now, you're struggling, you're messing up. You just need to understand you're going to fail. You're going to mess up a lot. Some of you guys may fail longer than the others. Some of you guys may just fail, but then get back right up and solve your problems, and then you're jumping, you get back and you're succeeding from there on. So you need to understand that you're going to fail. So with comes failure, there comes success. And what you really need to understand is, like, a lot of people don't understand this either when it comes to an online business, is they think as soon as they show or do the steps, like, they think that money is just going to come instantly. Like, they think, oh, if you show someone this product, they're going to buy, and they just succeed like that. And that's where tip number 2 comes in. It's called, you need to build relationships, because this one's really important. Or you need to be willing to build relationships in some sort of way. Willing. Now, this can come in many forms. A lot of people may be running a store on e-commerce or something like that, and they don't feel like they have to build a relationship with their customers still. And if you really want someone to buy from you, you need to build a relationship. You need to get them to do what? 3 things: know, like, and trust you. And some, they need to be able to do that. So you can be a network marketer, and if these people don't know, like, and trust you, they aren't going to join your team. You can be selling, cat dolls on Amazon, or you're with your own Shopify store, and if these people don't trust your website, if you don't have all that in place, if they never heard of your website and it's the first time they're seeing your website, they won't know you and they won't like you. You need to get them to know you and like you. It doesn't matter whether you're in person or not. You don't have a story, they don't get to see you. I mean, you always have to be able to build a relationship, but look, they don't see you in person, and people are still skeptical, like I say, with the internet world. So you still need to be able to build a relationship with these people in some form of action. Go live, follow up with emails, build a relationship on Snapchat, put content that makes them laugh or makes them happy, something like that, something they can relate with, and just get to know your brand and get to know your business. This can go for offline business. All of these concepts can go for offline business, but the thing with online is, it really has to be stressed, because you're not able to connect with these people in person. They can't physically see when someone can physically talk or see to you, or work with you or some in some sort of that way, they feel more comfortable. So it's easier to build a relationship. So when you're building a relationship online, you really have to take it serious. Yes, you really, really have to take it serious. So I want you to remember that. Okay, so next thing, which is also super important, is this. Now, look, time and time again, after you're going through your failures, after you build your relationships, you know, you need to have the words, what's the word for it? There's three types of people in this world. We have the realistic people, the skeptic people, and we have what is the last one? We have the realistic people, the skeptic people, and then we have the optimistic people. And we have the skeptics who just think everything's bullshit, full of shit, scam, blah blah blah. The people that nobody likes, just the worst people in the world. We have the realistic people who these are the people who go to college. They won't take the realistic path, the path that they've been taught their entire life. They don't really shoot for the stars. They just go along with this flow like this. They just take this. It's basically people take the safe route. And then we have the optimistic people, the people who take something never heard of. Just shoot for the stars type of people. These are the people who are usually, you know, some of them are too optimistic. They just think out of this world, but it's good to have a little bit of it. And where you should be is, I like to say you should be set in between realistic and optimistic. You need to have this mindset. You need to be willing to open your mind to new things, or try for the horizon. Because look, here's what happens. Think of a realistic person. They take the realistic path, and then they usually end up. What happens? They usually end up a little lower than usual. They take this realistic path. There's like three goals. Okay, so we have three paths. We have, the the realistic path, and we have the optimistic path, and then we have, your goals, like you becoming what you want to be, your failures, and your optimistic highest achievement. So this is like, say, if you want to be, you're reaching for, the highest, becoming a millionaire basically. So usually when people take this path, they have a tendency to when they take this safe route, this path, just trying to follow this, they usually ending up drifting, because nothing ever stays afloat. It's always, things always tend to go down. This is where you should be. This is where you realistically should be. So if this is happening for, a realistic type of person, they usually end up below. This is people who are in debt. These are people who, really never made it, but they took the path of this staying safe and realistic, and they usually end up drifting down to, a failure. They didn't really get to they're where they really want to be. So now think of somebody who shoots for the stars. This is, someone who's shooting for the top. Where do you think they end up? They're shooting for the stars. They're going up for the top. You know, we know it's you're not going to achieve the highest. You're not going to become trillionaires. This is like people who reach for trillionaires, super optimistic. So they're going to drift down, but where they usually end up drifting down is right where they should be. You got to think about it. A lot of people have, like, when you really understand what I'm trying to say, is you're not, like, you can achieve up here, but whether you fail or make it to achieving, super highest dreams, you're really dreaming really high, there's nothing wrong with ending up where you should be, right in the middle. Just where you realistically should be. But you shot for the stars. Therefore, you shot for the stars, you don't end up drifting all the way down here because you went up to the top. But if you took the scared, the safe route, you usually end up drifting down to where you really don't want to be. So where would you rather be? Maybe in between here, or would you rather end up here? That's what I'm basically trying to say. So let's wrap it all up. Just to wrap it all up, we have to go over this again. You're going to fail at some point, But if you can overcome those failures, you'll be able to succeed and achieve more. Now, you need to be willing to build relationships. You can't have this mindset like people are just going to just work with you online, instantly just because you send them to your website. No, you need to be realistic, in between realistic and optimism. Shift in between it, because when you're able to reach for the stars, and you end up settling for, the realistic, your realistic where you should be, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, because that's exactly where you should be in life. You shouldn't be, taking the scared realistic route all the time, because you always end up most of the time you do end up drifting down, and you end up exactly where you don't want to be, in a failure position. So that's all I wanted to post for today's video. If you did get some value from this, uh, just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. But I do have a bonus for you. I want to give this to you. Uh, it's a it's my new, free ebook, where you basically can get the 5 components I wish I knew before starting an online business. Just visit that website right there, or the link will be in the description, and you can get access today. Also, if you did enjoy this video, once again, you can leave a like and a subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. I'm always looking to put out more content for you guys. Become a Dimension Builder today by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notifications, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. All right, everyone, I'm out. Peace.